This choux pastry looks like a soup.
Oh my God.
My choux paste didn't stick for some reason, didn't work.
Take a breath, Andy.
It just didn't work. This is an integral piece to my entire main course. So I'm making this choux pastry again. You're gonna get this, you got this, you got this, you got this.
I don't know if he's got time for that.
If this choux pastry doesn't work, I am gonna lose this finale, for sure.
While the judges were tasting, the cooks have been pressing ahead with the entrees.
I'm making an East Coast lobster roll with a compressed choux paste as the bun, salt and vinegar potato chips, and a Tidal Bay sabayon. To get started on the lobster, I'm doing a quick blanch on the tails and then break them out of the shells. Next up, I'm placing my lobster tails into a vac pack, and then I add in tarragon, butter, white wine, salt. The lobster roll is Nova Scotia, and I'm so excited to be able to elevate this so that the judges love it too.
Loop. Through. Come on, Thea, push. This is the most time-consuming thing on the planet. My main is a sous vide venison loin with a poblano mole and then pepita verde, which is sunflower seeds and a ton of herbs. I need to trust my venison because I really want them to look like beautiful medallions.
She's added so many tricks to her bag since her previous season. It's great to see.
Thea just browned her venison. Now she's putting it into the vacuum-packed bag.
So it's basically swimming in butter to get that flavor, that fat that it needs, and it's to die for.
These Miele vacuum sealing bags are perfect for sous vide cooking.
They preserve flavor, texture, and color.
And I have to make the sauces. There's a lot to do.
Guys, 30 minutes.
Just a little bit more.
I'm doing a duck breast with a smoked tea egg and a taro nest. Duck breast takes a long time to cook because of the huge fatty layer. And the only way you're gonna get a nice crispy skin is if you cook it down and render all the fat out of it.
Trying to make a choux right now with my leftover duck pieces.
I'm loving watching Chris right now.
Almost there.
20 minutes. Only 20 minutes left.
I'm a little stressed out right now.
Geez, the bomb went off here. Next up, I start working on the choux pastry for my lobster roll.
Choux pastry can be very tricky. If it's too cold and you add the eggs won't mix in well and it'll affect the light, fluffy texture.
That's not how it's supposed to look. Oh, this choux pastry looks like a soup.
Oh my God.
My choux paste didn't stick for some reason, didn't work.
Take a breath, Andy.
It just didn't work. This is an integral piece to my entire main course. So I'm making this choux pastry again. You're gonna get this, you got this, you got this, you got this.
I don't know if he's got time for that.
If this choux pastry doesn't work, I am gonna lose this finale, for sure.
Andy's doing the right thing by restarting it.
You're gonna get this, you got this, you got this. So I just take a deep breath, get back in there, and fight. Oh, it worked. That's what it's supposed to look like.
Oh, that's 100 times better, Andy.
Let's get this in the oven and move on.
Entree ready in 15 minutes.
I'm cooking some wheat starch. This is going to be used for my taro nest.
I need to steam the taro until it's very soft, and then you can knead the two together with some butter into it.
Okay, let's start doing the eggs.
Now I need to smoke my eggs. I really need at least 7 to 8 minutes to get a good smoky flavor. And then I still have to make my celeriac puree.
Careful, Chris.
I wish I had an extra 10 minutes to do this.
Might be falling behind a little bit here, so I got to pick up the pace.
I'm working on my mole poblano. Maybe just a hint more salt. I'm a little stressed out right now. The poblano mole is supposed to have a smoky flavor, but you need sweetness and acid. So it's a lot of tasting and balancing as you go.
I need some garlic.
It's a challenge.
Oh my goodness.
They only have 10 minutes left.
Next up is the sabayon.
Sabayon time.
If I stop whisking here, this whole sauce is gonna break apart.
Oh, looking good, Andy.
Keep going, keep going, keep going.
This taro egg is extremely technical. You have to hold the basket at just the right level so that the oil is only frying the taro, but not frying the egg. It has to be done perfectly.
5 minutes! Entree up in 5 minutes! Come on, guys.
It's all right.
There it is. Whew. I was worried about it.
Oh, Taya's plating.
I'm pushing as hard as I can.
There's a lot of ambitious cooking happening right now. They really need to hustle.
I need to let the venison cook till the very last second.
It's hard to watch.
It really is.
Okay, that looks okay. That's just incredible.
My taro nest eggs look great, but the duck breast is the star of the show, and it has to be cooked to a perfect medium rare.
So the duck breast is coming right now. It looked beautiful.
Oh, beautiful.
1 more minute, last minute. Get it on the plate.
Gotta see if these are done.
Come on. Push. You got it empty last time. Good job.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Entrees are now due. The servers are coming. Keep working on your dessert.
I can't believe there's still another hour to go. I'm exhausted.
The first entree up for tasting is Andy's, a lobster roll on a compressed choux bun with salt and vinegar chips and a white wine sabayon.
I love the presentation. He has basically taken apart the lobster roll, put it back together again, but in a beautiful way.
I've never seen a lobster roll quite like this. The sabayon is beautiful. It's very light, very ethereal. The lobster is cooked to perfection. Unfortunately for me, I feel like he cheapened the dish by putting a choux pastry underneath it. It feels more like an appetizer than a main course.
I think had he put something in the choux pastry, a little bit of cheese or lemon zest, it would have just tipped it over the edge for me. But otherwise, the lobster is beautifully cooked, and the sabayon sauce, that balance of acidity, creaminess, nicely seasoned, absolute delight.
Next up is Thea's entree, a venison tenderloin with roasted turnips, pepita verde, and a poblano mole.
I like the presentation. It is very modern, beautiful colors. I think it's very clean, it's very direct. I like the two sauces. It is captivating the way she plated this dish.
I find the venison underdone in the center, but it is very moist and has great natural flavor. The mole, it is big and bold, but balanced. It has the acidity there, and then the salsa verde is so much more subtle and creamy, and as a counterpoint to it, I love the balance game that she's playing here.
You know, you can serve venison rare, but rare venison is very, very strong. And the sauce has to compensate it with something fruity and sweet. This combination do not justify the cook on the venison.
The last entree up for tasting is Christopher's, a seared duck breast served with a beet choux, smoked egg in a taro nest, and a celeriac puree.
I like the plating. I love the egg with the taro root nest. I love the gold leaf.
Every element here is interesting. Beautiful sauce on a beautifully cooked duck. I can't wait to cut into this.
I am really intrigued by this egg.
It has to be medium, creamy center. There's a lot riding on that smoked egg. Hey, wow. Look at that. That is perfect.
The cook on Christopher's duck is perfect. It's well seared, it's well seasoned, it's well rested. The egg, I think, is sensational, that custardy center.
Every element here is done to perfection.
Overall, a very ambitious dish. It really worked.